All right, let's get into it. You know those little silica packages that come in the box when you buy a new pair of shoes or certain products like that? Instead of throwing those away, hang on to them. You can throw them into your tackle boxes and it'll help suck out all the moisture and prevent your hooks from rusting up. When braided line starts to wear out on you, it'll start to change colors. Like you could see this Power Pro here, it's a much lighter shade of green than the new braid that's over on these reels. So a cool little trick here if you want to save some money and get the most out of the line that you do have, spool the old line off onto a new reel. That way all that beat up line is going to be sitting at the bottom of the spool and all that fresh line that was buried on your old spool will now be sitting at the top. So you just want to flip the line to get the most out of it. I know it's not the biggest deal to go out and buy some new line, but if you're in a pinch and you want to save some money, this is a cool little trick. All right, so when you're hung up, you want to reach down and grab the line, just get a good angle, and you want to give it like a snap. You want to run your hands back and just snap it. Let it slip through your fingers. Just one or two snaps, and sometimes it comes out right away, and I think that one snap did it. So you're basically just pulling back and snapping like a bow and arrow. Just. After spooling some fresh line onto a reel, you can tie on one of these 1 or 2 ounce weights when you first get down to the water and bomb it out there a few times. That way you reel in the line nice and tight, and you can add a little snap swivel to keep any line twist to a minimum. Throw out that old pair of nail clippers that'll barely cut through your braided line and pick up a pair of these Cuda fishing scissors. I swear, they're the best line cutters I've ever used in my life. They burn through braid, mono, fluoro, you name it. And the best part is, I think they're under $5. So I'll link them in the description, grab a pair for yourself. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to get the smell of sunscreen all over my hands, and more importantly, all over my baits. So stash some of these light rubber gloves in your bag or on your boat, and that way you can apply your sunscreen without getting the smell all over your hands. A cool little trick to help keep all your baits organized while they're in the box and to help prevent them from getting all tangled in each other is to buy these little hair ties. The best ones are made out of nylon. You can get the normal ones, but you got to be careful. Normal rubber bands can melt in the sun if you leave your stuff out too long. But all you want to do is line up your treble hooks and then wrap the band around the eyes of the bait. That way it keeps all the hooks compact right up against the bait. You can fit way more baits in each box, and you don't have to worry about them getting tangled up as often. The little rubber band on these jigs that hold the skirt on can wear out over time from sun damage or water damage or just fish hitting it, and then the skirt falls off and it's game over. But a cool little trick here is you could take a zip tie and wrap it right around that little rubber band. Just cinch it down real good, cut off your tag end, and that skirt should stay on the jig for a really long time. Another good little trick to do with your jigs to help you get way more hook sets is to trim up your weed guard. Most of them come stock way too long, and you really miss a lot of fish because of it. So what I like to do is just trim off a little bit just so it barely reaches the hook, just a little bit past it. That way you get way more hook sets and you'll catch way more fish on your jigs. Not all fishing rods come with a bait keeper attached to it. This rod in particular, they just put the bait keeper way too low on the handle, man. I've actually hooked myself a few times because of it. I like them a little higher, like right around here. So a cool little trick is you just take a split ring and a zip tie, and you can attach a brand new bait keeper exactly where you want it on any of your rods. Just zip it down real tight once you get it in the right position. Trim off your tag end. Notice I'm using those scissors I mentioned earlier. Those things are great, man. And there you go. Brand new bait keeper in the exact position you want it. It should last you a really long time.